Exploring pottery on the wheel can be one of the most satisfying and frankly therapeutic art forms you'll ever experience. This video is dedicated to breaking down the steps into manageable chunks so that you can watch and practice what you've seen. Let's get started. Properly centering the clay is essential to ensuring even thickness of the walls of your pots. After wedging, smack your clay into a nice round ball. Wet the bat to help the clay stick, then firmly smack the clay ball down onto the center of the bat. Press and wiggle from the top to ensure the clay ball has full contact with the bat. Properly positioning your body will make your centering so much easier. Tuck your left elbow into your rib, hip, whatever is most comfortable for you. The palm of your left hand should be directly in front of your body, and both forearms should rest on your knees and splash pan. If you rest your hands on your knees, make certain they are pressed against the splash pan. Wet your hands and at the same time, place your left hand on the side of the clay ball and your right fist on the top center edge. When your hands stop moving, you'll know the clay is centered. Now, slowly remove your hands from the centered clay. Moving too quickly or abruptly can knock the clay back off center. That just costs you more work and more centering. Set your wheel to medium speed. With both hands resting on the outside of the centered clay, press your thumbs into the center of the top and press down to create a shallow opening. Place your right hand on the outside of the clay with your right thumb up in the air. Lock your left thumb over the right thumb. Bring your left elbow into the air and with your left, middle, and index fingers, find the middle of the clay and pull straight down until you're about a quarter inch from the bottom. Open the clay about 2 inches so you can see inside and measure the depth of the floor. Too thick a floor makes for a very heavy pot. Too thin will make it difficult to trim a proper fit on the pot later. Stop the wheel to check the thickness of the floor of the pot. Pierce the floor of the clay all the way to the bat and use your finger to mark the top of the clay. Keeping your finger at that mark, pull the needle tool out of the clay and check the thickness. Your floor should be approximately 1/4 of an inch thick. That'll work. The cylinder is the starting point for just about anything you'll make on the potter's wheel. Using the middle and index fingers of your left hand, place your fingers just above the floor of the pot and cut a groove into the thick clay on the side wall. Support the outside of the wall with your right hand. Using your pinky or ring finger of your right hand, place your fingers at the bat and cut a groove on the outside wall of the pot. Support the inside wall with your left hand. Now place your left hand, middle, and index fingers under the groove on the inside of the pot and pull the thick clay up. Tuck your fingers under the exterior groove with your right hand or pinky finger. You may find you tend to have just your fingers under the outside groove while pulling up. To help keep the clay stable, it's important to keep your entire hand against the outside wall. Repeat the groove cutting and pulling process 2 to 3 times until the pot reaches the desired height and walls are uniformly 1/4 inch thick or less. Take your wooden rib, holding it firmly at the hole between your thumb and index finger. Start your wheel medium-slow this time. Hold the rib with your right hand, long point facing down, and press the rib against the pot. Place your left thumb on top of the rib and place the rib at the bottom of the pot. The rib doesn't move at this point. Use your left hand index finger and middle fingers to pull your fingers up to the top of the pot, pushing your clay out to make contact with the rib. At this point, the rim is likely to be uneven. We'll fix that. Using your needle tool, point your needle tool forward in the direction the wheel is moving. Pointing it toward the back will cause the clay to catch, and you won't get a cleanly cut rim. Select the lowest point on the rim, and just below that point, with the needle tool level, guide it slowly into the clay until you poke your finger. Lift the cut clay away. Smooth the rim with your fingers and then with your sponge. Then use your sponge to remove any standing water from inside your pot. And you've done it! You've centered and pulled a great cylinder.